Okay, so here's another video. This one I'm talking about. This one I'm talking about. This one I'm talking about. The gratitude. Yeah, this in this video I'm talking about gratitude. The reason why I want to talk about it is because it's kind of like it's like the secret to having everything without having anything, and it's like the secret of. It's almost like it's desire fulfilled for real, for real. That's why it's one of the reasons Paul talks about praying without ceasing, always in thanksgiving or always with thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, giving thanks because you've already received, giving thanks because you've already received. That's the principle. That's the reason why people pray with thanksgiving. But the gratitude is similar to that, but gratitude doesn't require anything else to be given. For example, giving thanksgiving and prayer means that there's something that you want. You haven't received it yet, but you receive it on an energetic level, meaning that you receive the seed of it. So you give thanks because you know that the seed means that the tree and the fruit will come. But gratitude is pretty much giving thanks for what you already have. The reason why gratitude is so powerful is because the way the mind is set up, uh, if you are in a state of gratitude, you will always feel abundant. And that puts you in a state of love as opposed to fear, because the fear comes from not having enough. Mega wealthy people who oppress others to receive their wealth, or oppress others through the lack of knowledge or misinformation, all that type of stuff is greed. That person is in fear. They're in fear of losing what they have. That is not abundance. The person who works all the time just to make money, you know what I'm saying? That person is in fear of not having. So they're both in fear. It's poverty. Greed is the exact same thing as poverty. It's just greed is a person who is in poverty with money. So it's the exact same thing. They don't Either one of them understands true abundance. So gratitude is being thankful for what you already have, and it allows a wellspring of abundance to flow from you, so that you can never give more than you receive. And that's basically the principle. Now, gratitude, the reason why it works so well is because of the reticular activating system. That's a part of the brain that allows that filters out things that are important and things that aren't important. It basically helps to, like, all these things, the chemical you, the self-image, the reticular activating system, all these things work in conjunction to shape your reality, your eyes, your ears, your five senses, or whatever too. So the reticular activating system, you may have heard me mention this before, but what it's really like known for, what most people can relate to, an example of it is when a friend of yours gets a new car, and before that you didn't see that car before, and next thing you know, the next day you start to see it more and more and more and more. That's the reticular activating system. The car has always been there. Oh, sorry, it was always there, it just wasn't important before. So because it wasn't important, the reticular activating system blocked it out as if it wasn't even there. Once it became important, because now it's an identifier of something, when you see that car, you think, I wonder if that's my friend, I can use a ride. Or that's so and so's type of car. You start to point that out because now it's important to you. It's no longer being filtered by the reticular activating system, so it starts to be allowed in. It's the exact that right there really is the key to a lot of things. I mean, when you need a job and all of a sudden somebody in the store is talking about a place that's hiring, that was always available. Just like channel 12 is always available, even if you're on channel 2. That was always available. It's just that your reticular activating system was filtering that thing out. So the reticular activating system makes you aware of what is already available to you. Now, that goes in conjunction with what the kingdom is too, because the kingdom is consciousness. So I'm going to touch on that really quickly. The kingdom is consciousness. Everything that exists was created by consciousness. Everything that exists is a byproduct of consciousness. Just like in a dream, the floor that you're standing on is made of your consciousness, but in the dream, it's solid. You know what I'm saying? It's believed to be something other than what it actually is. It's actually consciousness assuming itself to be something different so that you can interact with it. So you assume that this thing is all right, hold on, let me bring it back. So the kingdom is consciousness. The kingdom is a word for the realm of consciousness. In that realm, everything that needs to be created is there on an energetic level. It's infinite potential. Atoms themselves are infinite potential. They are. This is what science is coming to find out, that atoms are not particles. They pop in and out of reality. They go from particle to infinite potential. Particle, infinite potential. They pop in and out. And when not observed, they are everywhere and nowhere at the exact same time. They're infinite potential until they assume a position. So it's the exact same thing, you know. And with consciousness, consciousness is anything you need it to be, and then you create it on an energetic level, and then it outpictures itself in this realm here. So it's the exact same principle. So in gratitude, the reason that gratitude works so well with the reticular activating system and what you become aware of, you can become aware of your infinite abundance because consciousness itself, what you actually are, not the body, but the consciousness that will leave this body and go into the next realm, that in and of itself is infinite creation. It is everything. That's what it is, the substance of things hoped for. And that's why Paul says in verses after that, that without it nothing was made. Everything was made from it. It is the source of everything that exists. So when you realize that, and when you realize that you are that, then you have no reason to seek ye first things. You just seek ye first the kingdom. And when you realize that everything is in the kingdom, everything that you'll ever need, everything that you'll ever want, you don't have to ask God for it. You can just give thanks because you already have it. And you can also assume the feeling of gratitude for already being given everything that you will ever need, ever. And you can you know that everything that is finite, everything that is physical and finite can be replaced easily from the kingdom. And if it is taken away from you, I mean, it be like, I'm sorry, this is the only example I can really think of. It'd be like having a weed farm in your backyard and bitching and complaining because your friend asked you to have a quarter. You give him a quarter. You say, "Hey, it's plenty more where that came from." As a matter of fact, you probably couldn't take all that what I could produce. You know what I'm saying? It's, you feel abundant, and when you feel that abundant, you no longer have to strive for anything. The only thing that you strive for after that is to give away this feeling, to give away this thing that you now possess, to give away this abundance to people who don't have and don't know how to have. You know, because it becomes a lot easier than just showing them how to have. You just, they don't want to know how to have, but they're struggling at this time and they're suffering. So instead of me sitting down and showing them how to fish, here, fuck it, 5,000 loaves, loaves and fish. You know, just take it, eat it. You know, it's something like that. So it's like that feeling of gratitude allows you to stop striving and allows you to rest, to be in hypostasis, which is the seventh day. Being in hypostasis is the seventh day. So be, if you can be at hypostasis, then you're at rest. You're no longer at war, and that's what that word rest means on the seventh day. It talks about no longer having to work or fight, no more toiling, no more none of that type of stuff. You know, no more anything, no more striving to have to get back, no ladder to climb, no enlightenment to get to, none of that type of stuff. It's very very awesome. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if I really touched on it too powerfully, but um, oh no, I didn't actually. No, I didn't. Okay, so here's how to do it. If I haven't already really pretty much said it, but you just have to take your attention and put it on the things in life that you're actually happy for. They did an experiment where they took two groups of people. They showed them the exact same amount of images. Half were funeral scenes, half were wedding scenes. The people who had a positive outlook on life, who thought that life was pretty much always good for the most part, saw more wedding scenes. The people who thought that life was pretty much bad, bad things are bound to happen, all those that, like a more negative outlook, realist or whatever, they saw more funeral scenes. It wasn't because there was more of one than the other. It was because of what their reticular activating system was filtering in and out. So they saw more of one thing that was more conducive to their current state of reality. So it's that easy to control. So if you spend time, if you make it a practice to spend time and to focus, to consider the things that you have to be thankful for, and not just the things you have to be thankful for, but why. That why is the hidden part. You can go through anything, you can bear anything if you know why. If you don't know why, you don't want the shit to happen. The why is the understanding. The why is the desire fulfilled. That is the cutoff. That's the thing that we haven't been receiving. And I'll talk to you about that too. This word betrothed that is used when Goliath was going against the Israelites. The reason they were stuck on that mountain for 40 days until David came is the exact same thing. David coming is the answer. It's the why that leaves you from being stuck, not wanting to go and fight this thing that appears to be a giant. You know what I'm saying? So the gratitude, you focus on what you have to be thankful for, but then you tell yourself why you have to be thankful for it. In doing this pattern over and over again, you're slowly filtering or telling the reticular activating system what to focus on. Tell it to focus on things that you do have, the reason that you do have to be happy, because the things that don't, uh, when you are happy, there are reasons not to be happy, but you choose to focus on the reasons you are happy or the things that make you happy. When you get into a new relationship, it's not like they didn't have those negative flaws. You just choose to focus on the things that you like that overshadow the negative flaws. When the negative flaws really cause you this pain, then you start to focus on, actually, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that so much. I no longer like the things I used to like. And you just change. So you change that gratitude. You can be thankful no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, because there is a reason. There is a reason for the thing that you're going through, but there is a reason to be grateful at all times, especially knowing that, first of all, this is the temporary place. You came here for a reason. Be grateful for that because the reason is the life that you are living, whether it feels good or feels bad. That is the reason that you came and the reason that you are grateful for being alive, the reason that you are grateful for existing, the reason that you should be grateful for waking up the next day because the experiment is still going on. It's a very exciting journey, even if you are even and this may sound crazy, but even if you're a little child being molested, that is the experience that the soul came to experience. The soul doesn't see that as something that is terrible, anguish. Oh, we need to stop this from happening in the world. The soul doesn't feel that way. The soul sees this as an opportunity to learn. I get to learn how to be a Nazi or a Jew. You know what I'm saying? I get to learn how to be a Blood or a Crip. I get to have a full rounded spectrum while most people just want to stick in the spectrum of everything good has happened to me and that is my experience. But that makes sense to us because that's what we're taught. We're taught to strive for that pie in the sky, the American dream, things created by man. We're taught to strive for those things, but that's why they say his ways are higher than ours. This is the reason why uh, Joseph had to go through the things he had to go through. It's the reason why he had to be betrayed by his brothers. It's the reason why the first thing that happens when Jesus receives the Holy Spirit. Remember that. This is the first time Jesus receives the Holy Spirit. John the Baptist had the Holy Spirit before Jesus did. Jesus received the Holy Spirit after the baptism. Then the first thing the Spirit drives him into the wilderness to be tested by the devil, or however they put it. You know what I mean? It's like things that we would say, yeah, this isn't how it's supposed to happen. I received the Holy Spirit. Now it's time for me to start my ministry, go praying people and lay hands. No. The first thing that happened when Jesus received his ministry was he was taken into the desert or the wilderness. The word wilderness, it literally means a place where the husband withdraws from the wife. So Jesus is taken into this place where there's no one to help him, no God around him, only the God that has just inhabited him, the God within. And then the first thing Satan does is come to him and ask him, if you are who you think you are or who they say you are, do this, prove it. And Jesus is like, fuck out of here, FOH. He like, because he know that if he tries to prove it, he then fails to prove to himself that he was the person. If he needs to prove it outside, he fails to prove it to himself. But I went on a tangent. That's the reason I got to keep these joints short. But I hit you up in the next video. Don't know what it's about, but I appreciate your attention and your patience and for watching. I'll see you in the next one.